Alright, what's up guys and welcome to another Rocket League analysis video. So this video is the second half of the video that I've just done for either Tom or Kevin. I still don't know who's who. I haven't bothered asking yet. Ask after I record them because that's what good YouTuber do. That was a good kickoff, so it was a good start. I've done half, I did like a good minute and a half this video, but well, I did a good like minute of this video, and then my cat started fighting, so I had to deal with them, and just restarted it. So this right here, what I would have suggested for you here is to have taken a physical look at the other side of the field, have a look where the enemies were. If any of them were pushing, go for it quickly, and if any of them aren't, then like you have options. It doesn't mean just always go for solo players or whatever, but it does mean you have the option to do so. However, if you are going to rush, put it on target. Don't rush your actual touch itself, just rush to the ball. So it wasn't bad there. This was an interesting attempt at a pass back. You obviously didn't plan it. So what I would have suggested here is to use a little bit of boost to go a little bit further away from the ball and then turn completely back to it. However, you decided to do this instead, and it did not work out, I suppose. Your teammate managed to do a good job taking control of it again, so that was good. You got a hard beat on both of them there. So in this situation, when you see that both of them are right here and you can get a good beat on either one or both of them, I would try to hit the ball hard and into the backboard, like towards the net as far as you can get, so that you can really make life difficult for them, so they can't even recover easily. It gives your teammates more. It gives your teammate more options, and it all in all, it's just a better choice most of the time. That was a really good 50 here. Your rotations aren't looking too bad. Well, just as I say that, you did that. So, sitting right here in the middle of the field, there is no like universe in which the ball's gonna come to you unless that guy is like trying to own goal. So sitting where you were wasn't the smartest idea. If you are gonna sit upfield, then sit facing your net so that you have, or sit like right here and aim your card to the net so that you can turn into the midfield if by some miracle this guy manages to put it in the middle of the field. Facing forwards while you're perpendicular to the ball and the enemy has possession, there's a very low chance that anything's going to come of that at all, except for you being out of position. You're doing really good here by just being patient. You went for a really odd 50 that still managed to work itself out. So here, I would have waited personally. So we don't know how well. We actually do. We know he has 100 boost here. So the moment he starts facing the ball, he can boost at any point and touch the ball away from you. And you pre-jumped according to him getting one touch. However, if you got a few touches, it would have been completely useless. So definitely wait a little bit longer when the ball is in the air and the enemy has possession of it. Oh my god, my cat. He's howling at the moon. It's Bruno Mars. Okay. Oh, look at this recovery. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Half flip god right there. Yeah, woohoo. I like how you half flipped away from your own net. Like, you're in the enemy half of the field, while the ball's in your half of the field. And you're like, oh man, half flip. Half flip, very smart choice right here. Sorry, I got roast you a little bit. Yeah, I definitely would have driven towards the net, yeah, the way you were facing, but whatever, it worked, so it's fine. Technically, it wasn't a bad play, you know? I'm starting to think this is Kevin, by the way, because Kevin's the lower ranked one out of two of them. But if I get that wrong, it's too late now. I've already said it and I'm not going to edit it out. I'm too lazy. Alright, so in this position, you've gone for the boost, and you're in the middle of the field, and you're not doing too bad, and then this happens, this bounce here. Now, you have options at this point. So you can see that the ball is going to go somewhere near the wall. It might bounce out to the middle of the field, it might not. However, it's in no point and no universe is going to come towards you. So you can push up on this ball here. You don't have to sit sideways to it because it's not actually going to, there's no chance of it going over your head. So definitely in this position, push up. Go a little bit close to the ball, see what happens. If it goes up the wall, go up the wall. If it doesn't, no biggie. You can push it either which way. That would have allowed you to beat Miss Ollie Bear to the ball and actually probably have gotten a shot on it. However, because you were patient and realized that you weren't close enough and it was too late to go, it was smart of you to wait. So you did a good job in waiting. What? Oh, oops. No, your car. I have enough cats meowing. It's just terrifying. Okay. Okay, so that was a pretty good pirouette I see here. So you touch the wall off the, you touch the ball, touch the ball off the wall, then it bounced back onto the wall, and it was still relatively close to the wall. So there's no need to panic at this point. You could have followed the ball down if you wanted to. This, even if Miss Oliver went for a 50, you were still beating them. So you don't have to be too rushy. You know, take time with your first touches and stuff. Just take your time. You got this. That ends up being a pass. Unfortunately, Miss Ollie Bear wasn't really paying attention and decided to try to play it fast. But if she had started going back to the net, she would have a perfect opportunity to turn around and go for a solo play on your teammate. Oh, what a touch. That was a good pinch here, but I would follow up. Yeah. So here, even with no boost, I would have still just like wave dashed off the wall and gone for a beat. So you go for a wave dash, hit that 12 pad, and then instead of going for the corner post, the corner ball, try to get a shot on net, because if they miss, then you're in the clear. So again, another time where you are very rushy. Maybe it's because you're playing a lot of threes and that's what's causing you to rush your touches a lot. I definitely would try to say that you do have a lot more time in twos than I think you realize you do have. So don't be afraid to take a little bit of that time and take advantage of it. Oh, big yawn. So you're just waiting here. Just chilling. So I'm here. Just reversing back and stuff isn't really what I would recommend. Now, if you do see a ball like this and you think to yourself, oh, I could have gone for that, but I'm not close enough anymore. So if you catch yourself making that error, like making that assessment, I should say, then turn around, go back to the net, always. Or turn around and start going back to the net. If you realized, oh man, I can't beat the enemy team to it, especially in twos, just go towards the net. I'm patting my cat, by the way. Sauce. Okay, so this is a situation in which you went to the middle of the field to take a pass, but then the pass didn't happen. Right? It's not really anyone's fault. Your teammate could have gone for it earlier. However, you can't score your teammate just because, like, that doesn't count as a goal. If you score your teammate, it doesn't count. So definitely, once you realize that the pass wasn't coming and he was going to try to go for solo play, just back off a little bit, try to give him a bit of space, because if your teammate doesn't get hard beat, then you're in trouble. That was such an octane hit. Look at this. This is why I don't use the octane. Freaking octanes. Pass. Good boy. So. So that was a good save by you. And your teammate made a good save there. And you, okay, so you could see him coming up the wall here. Now, if you see him coming up the wall here and the ball's not flying towards the net at 1,000,000 miles an hour, like there's no way they get to it, going for an aerial, especially hard committing for an aerial, do like a single jump is one thing. When like by the time you realize you're like already in the air a little bit, so you just like boost back to the ground. But going for a full commit and like aerialing like this, not the wisest choice to make. Yes, your teammate made a bad clear, but if you were still on the ground, you could have followed it up and gone for a 50. Like you could have followed the ball and made another save. Sad, and like bad saves do happen. Being prepared for them is important. So like, although yes, your teammate made a bad save there, you have to be ready for stuff like that. That was an unfortunate attempt at a shot. You saw that you did have an opportunity, you tried to take it, you went a little bit high. No biggie. That's just an accuracy thing. Again, just mechanics. I feel like you were trying to make a first touch there and it didn't quite work out, which is unfortunate. Good patience though. I feel like in this position you were caught between like going for the ball and going for the boost. And you kind of wanted both of them if you could get them. So here I would have suggested like just hard committing for one. Either go for the boost, chuck a U-turn, go back, or go for the ball and make a pass play off the backboard. Unfortunately, didn't really do either. But your teammate wasted a bit of time for you, allowed you to get back. So this situation here. Now, one thing you want to try to assess is, can I hit the ball in a meaningful way? Not just can I touch the ball, but can I touch the ball in a way that actually can lead somewhere? Can lead to a meaningful shot, can lead to a shot that's hard to save. Now you turn on this ball, even though like, and you were guaranteed to be the first one in the air by miles. However, yeah, like if you watch Ollie Bay, you can see that you were going to be in the air first. What are you doing, bud? However, even if you had have touched that ball, which you didn't, but even if you had have, it still would have led to nothing because it was such a weak touch. Yeah, it still would have led to nothing because it was a really weak touch. So in those situations, don't be afraid to wait for the ball to come down further, or better yet, just don't bother going for them at all. Now in this position again, like you rotated really far forward, and it almost conceded you a goal. However, wasn't really your fault, but you do want to be further back because even if that wasn't like a pinch, it still probably would have been a 50. And 50s could still go heavily in the enemy team's favor. Class. Oh my god. Sorry. Cat's been a pain in the butt. So that was an unfortunate attempt at a clear. Your teammate had it covered, luckily. But that's another one of the situations, like what I said in the previous video, of taking your time if the ball's on the backboard. If the ball's on the back wall, you don't have to rush it. There's no reason to rush it. Because the ball isn't in a shootable position. It's probably one of the only areas in the field where the ball just can't get to your net. So you definitely want to take your time on the backboard. That was a good touch there. I just want to watch this last like little bit of this little passage of play. So your teammate made a pass, it did a bit that it was It was on a defended net. So you had this bit here. Now, I feel like there wasn't many choices there, but if you wanted to, you could have rushed this before it bounced because you had all that boost. But no biggie. Yeah, so this touch up here. So basic, quiet. So this touch up here is a situation where you turned very early. Use a little bit of boost to get away from the field of play and then move back towards it. You don't have to always be the first one to the ball because there'll be times when no matter how long you take, you're always going to be the first one to the ball. And any time where the ball's coming towards you is going to be one of those times. Easy goal. Nice shot. It's like from your perspective, you almost missed. Oof. So you got a good touch there. Yeah, that flip there was a bit fried. I definitely would have just jumped off the wall and tried to follow the ball downwards because it would have led to a much higher chance of you getting a touch on it if a 50 happened. However, Ollie completely whiffed that by rushing, which is, you know, something that you want to take note of. Don't rush the ball. But yeah, all in all, it was a relatively solid game. Go through this again and watch exactly where I pointed out the errors. But if I had to pick a handful of bits and pieces, be more wary of your defensive rotations. Don't be afraid to move further away and then come back towards the net. As you can see from the way your teammate was moving around the field, I'm pretty sure that's Tom. As you can see from the way that he was moving around the field, he was spending a lot more time facing in his shadowing. He was spending a lot more time in his shadowing position than he was in facing forward. And that's because of the fact that if he was facing forward in a lot of these situations, he couldn't have actually made it back in time to make a save or make a clear ball or alleviate pressure that they are built up. So definitely do that. Take more time with your touches on the ball when you have possession, when you have that opportunity for possession. Again, that's a mechanics thing. So, you know, that's a just practice first touches in free play, practice bounce dribbles and stuff like that. And yeah, just be wary about yourself on the backboard, because unless the ball is in front of the net, it can't be shot. If the ball is against the backboard and not in front of that tiny little box, you're fine. Anyway, this has been good. I had some fun, and I hope to see you guys in like a few days when you send me another video, which I will be more impromptu on, because I wasn't very quick with this one. I'm sorry. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Watch a couple of times, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao. 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 Ciao.